है? Any doubts?
No, sir.
Okay.
No.
Yeah, no issues. So before starting with photo respiration again, I will just take a छोटा सा revision because it's a huge gap. I think 2 weeks is too much. So at least I hope you remember what is basic. So the very first question I would like to ask is what is photosynthesis? The whole funda, like जहाँ से हमने start किया था. So what is photosynthesis? If you are raising hands, I'm really not able to see it right now.
Process
Yeah.
by plant and other living organism for their survival.
Yeah, that is now very basic. Now we already have studied a base common like scientific way में what is photosynthesis. तो क्या होता है?
Process in which sunlight is trapped by.
Yeah, sunlight is trapped by. I could not hear you further, Sharon. Sorry.
Sir, the process in which sunlight is trapped by chlorophyll to form
what?
energy.
What kind of energy?
Glucose.
Okay, so it is not really energy. It is like to form a complex organic molecules. Okay, like glucose. Then when we will break down this glucose, we will get energy at that time. Okay, so getting energy is a different process. That is a respiration, or we call it as a cellular respiration. जहाँ पे हम लोग actually break down करेंगे इस glucose को as a catabolic process as a part of respiration, and you will get the ATPs in as a result of energy. यहाँ पे हम लोग क्या कर रहे हैं? यहाँ पे the plants are taking the inorganic components like carbon dioxide and water with the help of chlorophyll. It's trapping the sunlight and converting these inorganic components into organic molecules like glucose with release of what?
Water and oxygen.
No. Yeah. Very good. With release of oxygen. Water is also a product which can be reused, but oxygen is actually released as a byproduct into air. Okay, so that's why we always say plants are a good, like that's why we always say keep on planting plants and उनका number बढ़ाओ and all, because that is the only remaining good source of natural oxygen. Okay, नहीं तो अभी जो हम लोग situation देख रहे हैं because of the second wave of COVID-19, I think that is horrible, right? Everyone is searching for oxygen cylinder, ventilator, ICU room, and like I hope everyone is safe at their place and there are no issues at your end as well. But this tells us how, मतलब जब हम लोग के पास plants थे, oxygen था, we were like were not really bothered about it. Yeah, देख लेंगे. And since now we are suffering because of this particular one thing, we understood the value of this particular oxygen and the plant. Okay, so that's why photosynthesis becomes one of the very 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 important process, because each and everything which we are doing, like is present on the earth, we can say, is directly or indirectly dependent on this particular process. Okay, so you need to now frame a proper definition. अभी हम लोग को थोड़ा साइंटिफिक बोलना है. अभी वो 10 तक चलता था कि प्लांट ने खुद का फूड बनाने का प्रोसेस है या फिर दे आर डूइंग इट फॉर देयर सर्वाइवल, या that is fine. But होता क्या है? It is CO2 plus water giving you glucose plus oxygen as a byproduct in the presence of sunlight and chlorophyll A. Okay. Then what are the two important reactions of photosynthesis?
Light reaction,
Light reaction and dark reaction.
Very good. So why this particular photosynthesis is then called redox reaction? कैसे इसको हम लोग redox
Water
बोल
get
सकते हैं?
oxidized.
Water is oxidized and CO2 reduced simultaneously.
Yeah, I understand. So please, can you please say one by one, because as I mentioned, I cannot actually see if you are raising hands, I'm not able to see that thing right now because I'm handling it through my mobile. So please cooperate. So if one had started, second one just can hold on for a minute. Once that person finished, you can start. Okay. So why photosynthesis is a redox reaction?
Water is oxidized and CO2 is reduced simultaneously.
Yeah. So during which process oxidation is happening and during which process reduction is happening? So as you all only mentioned, like there are two reactions happening during photosynthesis. So कौन से reaction में oxidation होता है और कौन से reaction में reduction होता है?
Cyclic photophosphorylation and non-cyclic photophosphorylation.
या वो क्या है, ऑक्सीडेशन है या रिडक्शन है शरण?
नॉन साइक्लिक में रिडक्शन होता है और साइक्लिक में ऑक्सीडेशन।
हाँ, ऐसा नहीं होता बेटा, क्या होता है, ठीक से सोचो। द लाइट रिएक्शन में क्या, द एंटायर प्रोसेस किस लिए है? दैट इज मोर ऑफ लाइक प्रोड्यूसिंग द एटीपी एंड NADPH। तो वहां पे NADPH का रिडक्शन हो रहा है, बट द होल प्रोसेस इज नॉट रियली रिड्यूसिंग। ओके, एक स्टेप में रिडक्शन हो रहा है, दैट इज फाइन, बट नॉट द एंटायर प्रोसेस। यहाँ पे बाद में जो CO2 को भी हम लोग रिड्यूस कर रहे हैं, दैट इज आल्सो लाइक फिक्सेशन, सो वी कॉल इट CO2 रिडक्शन। सो ड्यूरिंग लाइट रिएक्शन इट्स मोर ऑफ ऑक्सीडेशन प्रोसेस, जहाँ पे हम लोग ऑक्सीडाइज करते हैं वाटर को, उसका ब्रेकडाउन वगैरह होता है, ऑक्सीजन रिलीज होता है। ड्यूरिंग डार्क रिएक्शन वी आर एक्चुअली कन्वर्टिंग लाइक और रिड्यूसिंग CO2 to glucose, and that's why it's called as reduction process. So light reaction is more of oxidation, dark reaction is more of reduction. Okay, then what is absorption spectra?
Curve which shows the amount of light absorbed at each wavelength.
Yeah, at different wavelength. Yeah, that is fine, at different wavelength. Okay, and what is action spectra?
Rate of photosynthesis at different wavelengths.
Yeah, very good. So one shows what is the light, how much light is getting absorbed. So rate of absorption and then rate of photosynthesis, and both of these are actually interrelated. So जितना ज़्यादा absorption होगा उतना ज़्यादा photosynthesis भी होगा. Okay, but this is not like बढ़ते जाओ. No. So it is like an optimum. So these are important factors. Light is one of the important factors. So up to a particular limit, the rate of photosynthesis will increase in the light absorption. But once it reaches a particular threshold value or a particular point, जिसके आगे अगर light बढ़ा, so it will not really help the plant to enhance the rate of photosynthesis. Rather, it will start damaging plant. Okay, and this kind of cases are there. So if you know, अभी यहाँ पे तो हम लोग का normal जगह पे that is fine, that we are having a normal temperature, even normal मतलब अभी हम लोग कभी 40-45 तक जा रहा है. But if you actually go in Rajasthan or any deserted area जहाँ पर temperature is very much high, we all know plants are not like अपना mango tree, banana tree जैसे यहाँ पे रहता है. राजस्थान में कैसे plants रहते हैं? What are they called as?
Cactus.
Yeah, cactus. So they are like succulents. We call them succulents. Okay. So these plants are actually modified plants, and they are actually modified in a way कि उनका पूरा प्रोसेस चेंज हो जाता है. मतलब इतना सारा ज्यादा हीट एंड लाइट वो लोग नहीं एक्सपोज करेंगे तो देयर विल बी प्रॉब्लम, बिकॉज जितना ज्यादा वो एक्सपोज करेंगे लाइट को उतना ज्यादा उनका ट्रांसपिरेशन होगा. एनीवन नोज व्हाट इज ट्रांसपिरेशन? So transpiration is nothing but a loss of water. Okay, it is a natural phenomenon. सब plants में होता है, but it depends on humidity and temperature, light intensity, ये factors है. अगर जितना ज़्यादा temperature रहेगा, obviously उतना ज़्यादा transpiration होगा, जितना ज़्यादा water loss होगा plants. So that is a problem for this particular deserted area plants like succulents. So they actually follow different mechanism. तो वहाँ पे वो लोग उनका प्रोसेस उल्टा करते हैं. They actually start their mechanism of photosynthesis at different time, and that's how they save themselves. So this is something called as CAM, crassulacean acid metabolism. We will discuss this in the later part of the chapter. This is the last part we will be discussing in this particular chapter as a pathway. So we will discuss करेंगे. But what I want to tell you कि these two, absorption and action spectra, are interrelated. Then what is photophosphorylation?
It is the process of utilizing light
Sharon,
and
wait.
Formation of ATP in the
Sharon
chloroplast.
and Ajinkya, please wait. Yeah, someone was saying, I think it was Anuj or Sahil, I don't know. Please
No, sir, Girish.
Yeah, Girish. Yeah, Girish. Sorry.
Sir, it is a process of utilizing light energy from photosynthesis to convert ADP to ATP.
Yeah. So it is like synthesis of ATP in presence of light. So Girish is absolutely correct. So this is the entire process is actually happening in presence of light, and that's why it is called as photophosphorylation. And Girish, what are the two types of photophosphorylation? कैसे होता है photophosphorylation?
Cyclic
Yeah. And the second one is yeah.
non-cyclic.
Yeah, very good. So it's cyclic and non-cyclic. Great. Now, what is dark reaction? Dark reaction में अभी जैसे कि मैं explain किया, so I will not take much time because already we are running.
Carbon fixing reaction.
Yeah, carbon fixing reaction. Very good. So it is called as C3 cycle. So Ajinkya, tell me why it is called as C3 cycle? Ajinkya? Okay, I think Ajinkya is not there or he don't want to answer. Okay, yeah, Sharon, why it is called as C3 cycle?
First stable product formed is carbon 3 atom. Therefore, it
Yeah,
is called
3 carbon atom. What is that compound?
3-phosphoglycerate.
Yeah, glyceric acid. That's correct. And now last, I understand you asked me to repeat this part, but just whatever you can tell me. What is photorespiration? Anyone? What is photorespiration? Okay, fine. What are the organelles which are involved in this particular process?
Chloroplast.
Mitochondria, peroxisome, chloroplast.
Yeah. So there are 3 organelles involved in this particular process. So I hope I'm happy that you actually remember many of the things and follow up कर रहे हो. So now as Nikita has asked to repeat a part of photorespiration, I will do that. Okay. So photorespiration. This is actually a particular phenomenon. ये हमने already last time discuss किया था. So I will not go in much detail. But at any point अगर कुछ लगे कि ये नहीं समझ रहा है या फिर ये bouncer जा रहा है या फिर anything, any doubt or query you are having, just let me know. Okay. So this is actually a phenomenon जो normally almost सब plants में हो जाता है except the monocots. Okay, monocots or some kind of grass-like plants and all. Now ये होता तो है but ये ऐसा नहीं कि ये every time it will keep on happening. There are certain conditions. जैसे कि मैंने एक example दिया था about succulents कि जहाँ पे temperature high है, light intensity बहुत ज़्यादा रहती है. There's such kind of environment. So that in such kind of environment, the phenomenon, the mechanism is quite different. In this case, like in case of photorespiration, ये कब होगा? So there are few conditions they have listed out. First thing, high temperature, bright light. Again, like bright light मतलब क्या? उसका intensity is too much. High level of oxygen and low carbon dioxide concentration. यहाँ पे 4 condition मैंने अभी बोले. Out of that 4, you need to focus on the last 2 very important. Okay, light, high temperature and light obviously important है, but high concentration of oxygen and low concentration of carbon dioxide ये बहुत ज़्यादा important है, because we all know plants का जो raw material है, the process by which photosynthesis starts, क्या है raw material अपना? What is the raw material?
Carbon dioxide.
And
Water.
yeah. So अगर carbon dioxide उसका raw material है, definitely it has to be available in a sufficient amount. अगर वो sufficient enough नहीं है, definitely the process will have some or other issues, right? So that's why what happens in this particular case, carbon dioxide कम हो जाता है, oxygen बढ़ जाता है. So this is actually called as, that's why a wasteful process. Why? Because during this particular process, there is a small part of carbon dioxide is actually lost. So if you remember, I had mentioned you 25% loss हो जाता है, 75% हम लोग recover करके fix कर देते हैं, जिसको हम लोग Kelvin cycle में डाल के फिर आगे ग्लूकोज सिंथेसिस, रीजनरेशन, कार्बोक्सिलेशन, वो सब प्रोसेस करते हैं. But a part of carbon dioxide is actually lost through a process of photorespiration. Okay, so कैसे होता है that we will discuss in a pathway on a next slide. But then I would like to tell you that this particular pathway, अब तक हमने जितना भी पढ़ा था about light reaction, dark reaction, वहाँ पे कौन सा organelles involved था? It was just chloroplast. Yeah, it can be either grana or a stroma. But जो भी हो रहा था within chloroplast हो रहा था. In case of photorespiration, there are two more organelles are involved. They are peroxisomes and mitochondria. Okay, so we all know mitochondria, powerhouse of the cell. Peroxisome, it is one of the organelle in eukaryotes, not present in any of the prokaryotes. Okay, so peroxisome is organelle which is present in eukaryotes, responsible for different fatty acid metabolism and like a typical cellular functions. Okay, so it is one of the important. इतना ज़्यादा study किया नहीं है, like it is still under investigation. A lot of studies are going on with such kind of organelles, but it is one of the important part of photorespiration. Okay, and this particular phenomenon or a mechanism of photorespiration is also called as PCO cycle. Why PCO? It stands for photosynthetic carbon oxidation. Okay, अब तक हम लोग क्या देख रहे थे कि कार्बन रिड्यूस हो रहा था, कार्बन डाइऑक्साइड से ग्लूकोज बन रहा था, बट इन दिस प्रोसेस क्या हो रहा है, बिकॉज कार्बन डाइऑक्साइड का कॉन्सेंट्रेशन ही कम है, इट अंडरगोस रिडक्शन. ओके, एंड which enzyme was involved in a first step of Kelvin cycle, जहाँ पे हम लोग कार्बन डाइऑक्साइड को रिड्यूस करते थे यूजिंग RUBP. कौन सा एंजाइम आता था?
Rubisco.
Yeah, Rubisco, that is RUBP, बिसफॉस्फेट कार्बोक्सिलेज, राइट. तो यहाँ पे क्या होता है, जैसे कि मैंने बोला कि कार्बन डाइऑक्साइड का कॉन्सेंट्रेशन लो है, तो दिस Rubisco which actually acts as a carboxylase now will start at acting as a oxygenase, because कार्बन डाइऑक्साइड गया है नीचे, ऑक्सीजन आया है ऊपर, तो उसका लेवल चेंज हुआ है. तो because this particular environmental changes, जहाँ पे concentration of one gas is going down, that is a carbon dioxide, which is an important one as a raw material, and the another gas is going up, that is oxygen. This particular enzyme has ability to change its function. तो जो एंजाइम पहले एज अ कार्बोक्सिलेज काम कर रहा था, जो एक्चुअली RUBP को CO2 के साथ कंबाइन करके द फर्स्ट स्टेबल कंपाउंड बना रहा था, वो अभी नहीं वैसे करेगा. इट विल बिहेव डिफरेंटली एंड इट विल act as a oxygenase at a higher concentration of O2, and that's why there will be some kind of changes in a whole pathway. तो जैसे कि हमने देखा था in a normal C3 pathway, पहले एक unstable compound, फिर three carbon compound, फिर उसके बाद regeneration, synthesis, ये सब हो रहा था. But now since the enzyme, the very first and important most enzyme has changed its activity, everything will change at a later slide. Okay, so how it is happening? So क्या हो रहा है basically यहाँ पे? तो जैसे कि मैंने बोला, since oxygen concentration is high and CO2 is low, the Rubisco will change its activity, and जो Rubisco पहले 6 कार्बन कंपाउंड का अनस्टेबल कंपाउंड बना रहा था in a normal Kelvin cycle, which was then broken down into 3 carbon compounds like 3-phosphoglyceric acid, which was further again processed. वैसे अभी होगा नहीं. अभी क्या हो रहा है यहाँ पे? This RUBP will interact with oxygen and it will form 2 other compounds, that is called as 3 carbon compound PGA and the 2 carbon compound phosphoglycolate. Okay, so this is something new. PGA तो पहले भी बन रहा था in Kelvin cycle, but now the difference is like there is something called as phosphoglycolate, it's forming. And now this phosphoglycolate is considered as the first one of the stable compound. That's why you will get to search here, even for MCQs and all. Sometimes they call photorespiration as a C2 cycle also. Why C2 cycle? Because phosphoglycolate is the first compound forming, which is a 2 carbon compound. Okay, once this phosphoglycolate is formed, it is then dephosphorylated. When I say dephosphorylated, what does it mean? कि हमने उसमें से phosphorus को निकाल दिया. Okay, and this dephosphorylated phosphoglycolate, then this dephosphorylated glycolate is then passed on to the next location, that is a peroxisome. Okay, so in peroxisomes again the glycolate is processing. So ultimately, see, why we are doing? So now you will say कि ये तो सिर्फ reaction पे reaction होते जा रहा है, but इसका फायदा क्या है? फायदा यहाँ पे ऐसा है ना कि we have to regenerate. हम लोग को because there are changes in environment, changes in conditions at a particular atmosphere, the plants needs to adapt to it. ऐसा नहीं होता है कि plant को मतलब जैसे चल रहा है चलने दो. No, it depends कि क्या conditions हैं. Plants needs to be थोड़ा adaptive towards it. तो अगर टेम्परेचर ज्यादा है कम है प्लांट्स विल एक्चुअली बिहेव डिफरेंटली एंड दैट्स व्हाई दिस थिंग्स आर इंपॉर्टेंट इवन इफ द कंडीशंस आर चेंजिंग द प्रोसेस ऑफ फोटोसिंथेसिस हैज टू टेक प्लेस ऐसा नहीं है कि अभी कंडीशन चेंज हो गया है मेरा मूड नहीं है तो आज मैं कम नहीं करूंगा वैसे प्लांट्स नहीं करते दे विल फाइंड वन और अदर वे टू कंप्लीट द प्रोसेस एंड आई थिंक दिस इज वन ऑफ द वे हैपेंस इन मोस्ट ऑफ द प्लांट्स जहाँ पे conditions like oxygen and carbon dioxide changes. Okay, so once inside the peroxisome, this particular enzyme known as glycolate oxidase. Okay, so now glycolate oxidase, matlab substrate is glycolate. It will act on a glycolate and it will form something called as glyoxylate. Okay, so this is also a 2-carbon compound, but an oxygen is added into that. So it's glyoxylate now, and there is a release of another byproduct called as peroxide, that is H2O2. Okay. Now this particular glycolate will again undergo a process called as transamination. What is transamination? क्या होता है in this particular process?
Amino acid transfer.
Okay, amino acid का transfer. ठीक है. There is some. Do you remember in biomolecules in the enzyme part हम लोगों ने एक enzyme का category study किया था transaminase. What was that? Anyone? अभी तो शहर में तुक्का मारा है transamination मतलब शायद amino acid का transfer करता रहेगा from the term itself. But then, which is correct partially I would say. But then, anyone knows exactly what is the meaning of this particular term transamination? ये हमने डिस्कस किया था. That's why I'm asking.
ट्रांसफर करता है एक मॉलिक्यूल से दूसरे मॉलिक्यूल.
Yeah, and that molecule will be generally it's a functional group here. So it's transamination. So हम लोग actually amino group को transfer कर रहे हैं from one position to another position. Okay, so that is what happening here also. Glyoxylase का हम लोग भेज रहे हैं in the process of transamination, which will be forming the one of the non-polar amino acid called as glycine. Can you tell me what is the specific feature of glycine? ये भी डिस्कस किया था हम लोगों ने. किसी को याद है क्या सर? हमने लास्ट वीक का याद रखा वही बड़ी बात है. दिसंबर में जो किया था वो अभी कैसे याद आएगा? राइट. एनीवन, ग्लाइसिन क्या कैरेक्टरिस्टिक्स है इसके? इवन आई थिंक तुम लोगों ने इसको केमिस्ट्री में भी देखा रहेगा. इन टर्म्स ऑफ कायरल कार्बन, ग्लाइसिन के पास कायरल कार्बन होता है क्या? Do you know what is chiral carbon?
कार्बन के बाजू में दूसरा कार्बन, तीन से ज्यादा कार्बन.
हाँ नहीं. कायरल कार्बन या असिमेट्रिक कार्बन ऐसा कुछ अगर तुमने केमिस्ट्री में सुना रहेगा तो दिस इज अ कार्बन. तो कार्बन के कितने वैलेंसीज होते हैं?
4.
या इट मींस वो 4 बॉन्ड बना सकता है. राइट.
Yes.
तो व्हेन ये चारों के चारों बॉन्ड कार्बन के किसी 4 डिफरेंट मॉलिक्यूल के साथ बनते हैं तो एक शायद H होगा, HCH3 होगा, एक C2H5 होगा, एक कुछ और होगा. ऐसा अगर व्हेन ऑल द 4 वैलेंसीज व्हिच आर एक्चुअली देयर, मतलब जिसके साथ वो बॉन्ड बना रहा है, अगर वो डिफरेंट रहेंगे, हाइड्रोजन मॉलिक्यूल, मिथाइल ग्रुप, इथाइल ग्रुप, प्रोपाइल ग्रुप, कुछ भी रहेगा, तो सच कार्बन इज कॉल्ड एज अ कायरल कार्बन और अ असिमेट्रिक कार्बन, बिकॉज उसके चारों के चारों ग्रुप कुछ और अलग अलग है, दे आर नॉट सेम. तो इफ यू रिमेम्बर अमीनो एसिड का पार्ट जो हमने डिस्कस किया था, मैंने बोला था ऑल द अमीनो एसिड्स आर हैविंग अ कायरल कार्बन एक्सेप्ट ग्लाइसिन. तो ग्लाइसिन के पास एक्चुअली कायरल कार्बन नहीं है, बिकॉज ग्लाइसिन का टिपिकल, इफ यू रिमेम्बर, टिपिकल अमीनो एसिड का स्ट्रक्चर में क्या होता है? एक देयर इज वन साइड यू हैव NH3 ग्रुप, वन साइड यू आर हैविंग अ कार्बोक्सिल ग्रुप, एक हाइड्रोजन होता है, एंड एक होता है साइड चेन. R chain. रिमेम्बर ऐसा कुछ बोला था हम लोगों ने या नहीं? टिपिकल जनरल स्ट्रक्चर ऑफ अमीनो एसिड. एक उसका वैलेंसी इज अमीनो ग्रुप, another is a carboxyl group, one is hydrogen atom, and there is fourth one is actually taken up by the side chain or a R group. और मैंने बोला था कि सब अमीनो एसिड्स के बाद कितने अमीनो एसिड्स होते हैं, अभी इतना तो बता ही दो बस. हाउ मेनी अमीनो एसिड्स आर देयर टोटल? अभी इशू
192.
192 अमीनो एसिड्स. कैसे?
4 रहते हैं, 4
4. हाउ मेनी स्टैंडर्ड अमीनो एसिड? 4 टाइप्स के रहते हैं. अच्छा, वो टाइप्स क्या होते हैं फिर शरण?
प्राइमरी, सेकेंडरी, टर्शियरी, क्वार्टरनरी.
नहीं शरण, दैट वाज प्रोटीन. सब खिचड़ी बन रहा है.
अमीनो एसिड प्रोटीन.
हाँ, तो प्रोटीन अमीनो एसिड से बनता है, इसका मतलब प्रोटीन का टाइप्स अमीनो एसिड को भी चिपका दे जाएगा, ऐसा नहीं होता है ना. अमीनो एसिड्स have different properties, different characteristics. Yeah, they are acting as a monomer for forming protein. That is a different case. But no, whatever you are saying
20
is
अमीनो एसिड.
about protein. Yeah, thank you. कहाँ पे देखा तुमने, जरा बताओ सबको अभी.
नहीं, 20 अमीनो एसिड रहते हैं.
Yeah. So there are 20 standard amino acids. If you remember, हमने ये डिस्कस किया था, और ये याद रखो, not just for your board exam, entrance, nothing. It is something you should know anyway as a normal person also. Okay. So there are 20 amino acids because जो तुम लोग खाना खाते हो, बाहर से ऑर्डर करते हो, अगर किसी टाइम मिला तो उसका वो जो रहता है ना इंग्रेडिएंट्स का लिस्ट है, थोड़ा देख लिया करो, उसमें रहता है क्या क्या है इंक्लूडेड, क्या नहीं है, एंड यू विल गेट टू नो कि क्या इंपॉर्टेंट है. इफ यू डोंट, जस्ट टू गिव एन एग्जांपल, कुछ साल पहले, आई थिंक 1-2 साल पहले, देयर वाज अ बैन ऑन मैगी. रिमेम्बर? मैगी खाना बंद करो, उसमें कुछ तो है, दिस इज हार्मफुल फॉर किड्स एंड ऑल. तो अभी तुम लोग ये ढूंढ के लाओ. ओके, तो दिस इज होमवर्क फॉर यू. नीड टू टेल मी इन नेक्स्ट क्लास what was there in a Maggie because of which they have banned it. Okay, so ये तुम लोग का होमवर्क है, and I hope you will find it out. It is interesting and it is important to know. That's why I'm asking you. ये तो कुछ फर्क नहीं पड़ता है, तुम्हें पता है या नहीं पता है ऐसे करने से, but you should know this thing because हम लोग जो पढ़ रहे हैं वो हम लोग को सिर्फ हम लोग के एग्जाम पॉइंट ऑफ व्यू से नहीं देखना है. We need to understand it is important. If you change the views, you will like biology. अगर नहीं change किया व्यू तो तुम लोग को biology rectify, magofy type topic लगेगा, which is not really true. I think it is one of the very interesting topic. Okay, so yeah, we will. So in next class, you will tell me what is there, what was there in the Maggie and normal general structure of amino acid. ये दो चीजें तुमको देख के आओ, ये हमने already discuss किया है. So you will get to know this in your slides from that particular chapter also. Okay, so fine. So हम लोग अभी पहुंचे हैं till glycine. Glycine is the amino acid, very simple amino acid I can say. Okay, now this glycine का दो molecule जैसे ही बन जाता है in peroxisome, they are then transferred to the mitochondria, the third and the last organelle in a sequence for the photorespiration. तो जैसे ही वो glycine mitochondria में गया, the reaction starts happening and it will start forming another amino acid called as serine with release of ammonia, that is NH4, and also a carbon dioxide is given out. Okay, कितना कार्बन डाइऑक्साइड जा रहा है? 1. टोटल कितने कार्बन थे अपने पास? 4. तो 4 में से अगर एक कार्बन गया तो कितना % लॉस हुआ? 25%. समझा इतना? दिस इज द पॉइंट. यहाँ पे तुम लोग को थोड़ा ज्यादा फोकस करना पड़ेगा टू नो एग्जैक्टली हाउ 25% लॉसेस हैपनिंग, बिकॉज ग्लाइसिन इज 2 कार्बन. बट जब 2 कार्बन का ग्लाइसिन, लाइक व्हेन 2 कार्बन ग्लाइसिन्स आर कमिंग टुगेदर, वो कितना हो जाएगा? टोटल 4 कार्बन. दे आर रिएक्टिंग, इंटरैक्टिंग, फॉर्मिंग सम काइंड ऑफ प्रोडक्ट व्हिच इज अल्टीमेटली कन्वर्टेड इनटू सेरीन व्हिच इज अ 3 कार्बन कंपाउंड. तो ये जो ग्लाइसिन 4 कार्बन, लाइक ये जो रिएक्शन था जहाँ पे हम लोग के पास 4 कार्बन थे, to form a finally 3 carbon compound and releasing 1 carbon as a into atmosphere as a gas is a where is a step where we are actually losing that one carbon atom as a 25% loss of carbon dioxide. Okay, and that's why this entire process is called as wasteful process, because अभी ऐसा लग रहा है कि अरे क्या चार में से एक ही तो गया, but when we do look at the bulk quantity, the amount of CO2 getting lost from the plants is actually quite high, which can be actually utilized by the plants otherwise if it's not being lost. So that's why it is called as wasteful process. But then it's kind of now normal in most of the plants because it is linked to the C3 cycle. So अगर condition vary हो गया, C3 cycle हो रहा है, उसके साथ साथ photo respiration भी होता रहता है. Okay, now this carbon dioxide is lost and the serine has formed. Now again the process will keep on continuing. जो serine था वो वापस से जाएगा peroxisome में, because ultimately क्या पार्ट है, जो भी हम लोग कर रहे हैं उसको घूम फिर के आना कहाँ पे है, क्लोरोप्लास्ट, because that is the primary site of photosynthesis. Okay, तो serine जो हमने बना दिया था, serine जाएगा वापस से peroxisomes में, peroxisome में serine के साथ आपस reaction होगा and it will form another molecule called as glycerate. Now this glycerate will enter rather in a chloroplast and will undergo again to the final cycle, that is a Kelvin cycle, by forming PGA as a product. So glycerate का पहले PGA बनेगा, that is a phosphoglyceric acid, and once the phosphoglyceric acid is formed, it can then enter and continue doing the Kelvin cycle, so that जो बाकी का कार्बन डाइऑक्साइड है वो हम लोग फिक्स करके ग्लूकोज बना सकते हैं. Now is it clear? Or still you are confused about something? Yes, Nikita?
Yes.
No, I still feel that something is not clear. If you are still having doubt, please get it clarified. तुम लोग को ये पूरे साइकिल में याद क्या रखना है, I'm telling you. First thing कि यहाँ पे फर्स्ट का जो प्रोडक्ट बन रहा है, that is 2-phosphoglycolate, which is 2 carbon compound. ये पर्टिकुलर साइकिल में 3 ऑर्गेनेल्स इन्वॉल्व है, क्लोरोप्लास्ट, peroxisomes, mitochondria. In this particular process, a part of carbon dioxide, like a part of carbon is lost as a carbon dioxide, that is a 25% loss, and rest is regenerated as a into a cycle by Kelvin cycle. तो लोग को ये सिर्फ 3-4 बातें याद रखनी है, and definitely अभी तुम लोग का I don't know कि क्या सीन है एग्जाम्स का वगैरह, but for NEET people you need to keep in mind different steps as well. कि वो PGA है, ग्लाइकोलेट बनाता है, ग्लाइकोलेट से ग्लाइक्सिलेट, ग्लाइक्सिलेट से ग्लाइसिन, ग्लाइसिन से सीरीन, सीरीन से ग्लिसरेट, ये ऐसे याद रखना पड़ेगा. ओके, आई नो थोड़ा डिफिकल्ट जा सकता है, बट इफ यू डू रेगुलर प्रैक्टिस दिस इज नॉट अ प्रॉब्लम. ओके, सो एनीथिंग यू वांट टू आस्क विद रिस्पेक्ट टू फोटो रेस्पिरेशन? यस, नो? हम लोग को अभी भी नहीं समझ रहा है तो क्या बोल रहा है ये वाला स्टेट? व्हाट ऑप्शन, A, B, C? Okay, so am I supposed to take that silence is the only answer कि हमें कुछ नहीं समझा है? बोलो कुछ तो बच्चों. हेलो हेलो.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Understand.
या थैंक यू. तो बोला करो, बिकॉज आई डोंट नो कि नेटवर्क जा रहा है या बच्चों को समझ नहीं रहा है. नथिंग इज आई एम एबल टू अंडरस्टैंड नथिंग कि क्या हो रहा है. ओके, सो आई होप you just read it once. Nikita, please, I think you are still confused or you have some issues, but then just read it once, and then if you are still not clear, we'll repeat it one more time in next class. So no issues in repeating, but exactly क्या नहीं समझ रहा है अगर तुम मुझे वो बताओगी, so I think I will be in better position to ऐसे बात कर. Okay, thanks. So it's clear. Anyone else? Better. So no one is there. So finally we are starting with the next part. I don't know whether we will be able to finish it or not, but we will try to at least give a intro. Okay, तो अभी तक हमने कितना पाथवेज देखा था? सबसे पहले लाइट रिएक्शन में 2 इंपॉर्टेंट पाथवेज थे, साइक्लिक एंड नॉन साइक्लिक फोटोफॉस्फोराइलेशन का. देन वी स्टार्टेड डार्क रिएक्शन, जहाँ पे सबसे पहला पाथवे कौन सा था? केल्विन साइकिल या फिर C3 साइकिल. उसके बाद हमने चालू किया था photorespiration or a C2 cycle. Now we are going forward and we are going to study now the next pathway, that is a C4 pathway or a C4 cycle. Okay. Now, obviously, अभी तक तुम लोग का idea आ ही गया रहेगा कि why this C2, C3, C4. So why do you think it is called a C4 pathway?
First stable product form is 4 carbon.
Obviously, yeah, obviously. So in this case, the first stable compound which is formed is 4 carbon compound. Okay. So this C4 pathway was actually studied by 2 scientists known as MD Hatch and CR Slack. So actually, there is one more. I don't know why people remove that one person. Initially, it was called as HSK pathway. Now it's just HS pathway. Okay, never mind. So you need to keep in mind this pathway is also called as, that's why, Hatch and Slack pathway. Okay, and they had studied this pathway in a particular plant known as sugarcane. Okay, in which organism Kelvin ने C3 cycle study किया था?
Chlorella.
Very good. It was chlorella. Okay. So moving ahead. So as I mentioned, the first stable compound in this particular pathway is a 4 carbon compound, and it is oxaloacetic acid. So the oxaloacetic acid is a 4 stable compound formed in C4 pathway, which is also called as, which is a type of dicarboxylic acid. I hope you understand what is dicarboxylic acid. जहाँ पे 2 ग्रुप्स पे एसिडिक ग्रुप होता है. Okay, as the first stable product of a photosynthesis. Okay, and this particular pathway is mainly observed in a subtropical grasses and mainly in monocots and also some dicots, not all. Okay, dicots mainly go for a C3 pathway, but in this case there are few exceptions are always there in biology. So ऐसा नहीं होता है कि एकदम one go सब होता है. No, exceptions is like one of the major part of biology. So even here, the HSK pathway or C4 pathway is mainly observing grasses, monocots, but also some dicots are there which are showing this particular pathway. Example, definitely sugarcane as a one. Then there are maize, sorghum, wheat, and many other plants of like monocot family. Okay. So this particular, so क्या difference है? क्यों हम लोग को C4 पढ़ना है? क्यों हम लोग को C3 से हम लोग का पेट नहीं भर रहा था? Even there was C2 was also there. So C4 में क्या है? अलग बात है कि we have to study differently. Definitely we have to study differently. The major difference is like कि C4 plant में जो उनका anatomy है, leaves का structure है, that is actually different from the C3 plant. And I think everyone will agree. If you take mango का leaf and a normal rice plant या फिर wheat plant जो monocot रहता है, so I think you can make a difference कि mango leaf has a different even morphology as compared to rice plant or any kind of monocot plant. So अगर morphology ही differ हो रहा है तो definitely anatomy will also differ. I hope you understand what is morphology and what is anatomy. Can anyone tell me what is morphology?
Morphology structure.
Okay, and what is anatomy?
Vestigial.
नहीं, वैसे नहीं बोल सकते. तो वैसे the basic difference in morphology and anatomy is morphology is the external characteristics of a particular organism. तो वो बाहर से कैसे दिख रहा है, उसके क्या प्रॉपर्टीज है, उसका कलर क्या है, साइज क्या है, ये सब को हम लोग बोलते हैं morphology. Anatomy comes when you actually go internally level पे. So internal level पे when you actually try to understand what are different cellular patterns, क्या टाइप से सेल्स प्रेजेंस है, क्या एंजाइम है, क्या प्रोटीन है, ये सब कुछ हम लोग स्टडी करते हैं. क्या अरेंजमेंट है उसका इंटरनली, उसको हम लोग बोलते हैं एनाटॉमी. तो इन केस ऑफ C4 एंड C3 प्लांट्स मोस्टली डाइकोट्स आते हैं उसमें, एंड C4 प्लांट्स एज आई मेंशन मोस्टली मोनोकॉट्स आते हैं. So I hope you know what is monocots and dicots, right? Yes, no?
Yes.
Yes.
What is monocot?
Single cotyledon रहता है और dicotyledon में 2 cotyledon.
Yeah, very good. So as you understand, the major difference is single cotyledon, double cotyledon. So this is one difference, but there are multiple other differences which actually leads to difference in the anatomy of this particular two plants. वन ऑफ द मेजर डिफरेंस देखा गया है या फिर ऑब्जर्व किया गया था इन C4 and C3 is like C4 plant shows something called as Kranz anatomy, which is generally absent in C3 plant. Very important statement, can be asked for MCQ 1 mark anywhere. C4 plant contains Kranz anatomy, which is actually absent in C3 plant. Okay. Now, what is Kranz anatomy? So I hope you can see this diagram over here. There is something like Kranz anatomy with two different types of cells are involved. It is particular type of arrangement of cells where two major types of cells. First one is a bundle sheet cells, and the second one is a mesophyll cell. Oh yeah, it is mesophyll cell. Okay, so one is a bundle sheet cell, and the other one is a mesophyll cell. And these two types of cells are actually arranged in a particular pattern so that the plant will be able to perform the process of photosynthesis. Okay, because it's just not about the type of cell, it also involves their properties. Now, what is the different properties of these two types of cells? Just bole. Okay, so very first is like the bundle sheet cells जो होते हैं उनमें जो chloroplasts रहेंगे, those are actually large and almost without any kind of grana into them. Okay, मतलब chloroplast तो है, but granas are not that developed, या फिर होते ही नहीं है. So that is one of the major characteristic feature of a bundle sheet cell. Okay, and these cells are present just around the vascular bundle. Now, what is vascular bundle? Anyone? Any idea? Okay, तुम लोग का मॉर्फोलॉजी वाला चैप्टर शायद अभी तक हुआ नहीं है. Yes, no?
No.
नहीं हुआ है.
Yeah, okay, that's right. So sorry, my mistake. So vascular bundle is something like, you know, there is in plants, there is something called as xylem and phloem. Xylem is involved into transport of water. Phloem is involved into transport of food. So these two important components of a plant are called as vascular bundle, जो हर एक प्लांट के बीच में रहता है कहीं ना कहीं पे, उसके एनाटॉमी का इंपॉर्टेंट पार्ट होते हैं. ओके, तो दिस बंडल शीट सेल्स जो है जिसके पास लेस डेवलप ग्रानास है, those are present just around this particular vascular bundle. Now, on the other side, जो कि another type of cells है, that is a mesophyll cells. This particular cell contains chloroplasts, which are actually present, which are actually well developed, but they are small. So again, they will ask you a question based on this thing also as an MCQ part. Chloroplast of a bundle sheet cell is large and well developed, yeah, large and less developed. Yeah, or similar way, chloroplast of a mesophyll cell is small and well developed, small and so like multiple options they will give you. But this is something you should highlight and note it down in your book because important question. अभी लगेगा कि याद है, but बाद में when you start reading and giving exams, you tend to get confused. So keep it clear from beginning as well. Okay. So if you look at the particular structure, it looks like the bundle sheet cells are like क्या बोलते हैं उसको, kind of garland, a wreath around the vascular bundle, and they have particular like typical structure. It looks like a necklace kind of thing, right? And that's why the name was given as a Kranz anatomy. Kranz मतलब something great around, मतलब कुछ ऐसे हार पहनाया जैसा है. That kind of analogy they had given to this particular structure. Okay, so if you see the structure very carefully, I told you about vascular bundles which are present at the center. उसके around होता है bundle sheet cells. Around bundle sheet cells, the entire area contains mesophyll cells, which contains the well-developed grana containing chloroplast. And apart from that, there you can see small air space जहाँ पे exchange of gas होता है. And the upper जो बड़े-बड़े ये सब like outline से दिख रहा है यहाँ पे, that is nothing but a stomata cells. Okay, and you all know stomata is what? Why stomata is there? ये तुमने टेंथ में पढ़ा रहेगा, but I'm telling you, it is something which can open and close. So exchange of gases is generally favored by a stomata. Okay, that is basic structure of Kranz anatomy, and this structure is only present in C4 plants and not in C3 plants. Okay, now there is a whole new pathway for this particular C4 cycle. Since it's one, I will not go into pathway because it will take at least 15 to 20 minutes. So we will stop here with the just intro part of HSK pathway. Anything you want to ask, you can ask now, and the pathway will continue in the next class. Any questions? Okay, so if there are no questions, we will stop here. Thank you so much and have a nice day.